Today, I'm going to tell you how manscaping saved my sex life and 3 ways how it can save yours too. Specifically after birth, there's a waiting period between when you and your wife, me and my wife, could have made love again. The gynecologist, the doctor, told us, hey, no sex for 40 days. When the 40 days were up, I kept asking myself, hey, how can I be more romantic? How can I be more intimate? How can I be more loving to my wife to get us back to a place where we are regularly making love again? Do you remember in that movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? It's with Matthew McConaughey. And one of the things that she did was name is private Princess Sophia. I say that story because my wife and I have a running joke that whenever I don't manscape, she calls my private Osama bin Shtahl, which is a play on words on Osama bin, but it was an indication that my privates needed some trimming because I looked unkept. I looked not good, and it was out of control. Kind of like a playful way of my wife saying, like, dude, get your manscape going. And I just want to give everyone a definition of what manscaping is. And basically, I'm going to look on my phone here. The informal definition is the removal or trimming of hair on a man's body for cosmetic purposes. I kind of don't like that definition. So I'm going to give a practical one that I use, which is basically similar. And it's the removal and trimming of excess hair and things that are on my body that need to be kept in check. Here are the 3 tips that are working for me and have really completely jump-started and changed my sex life for the way better. And I'm a dad that is 38 years old. I'm a late bloomer and if you're anything like me, at this age, I got hairs growing in places that I didn't think were going to be growing. So for example, for those who are on video, like I'm pointing, or for those who are on audio, I'm basically pointing at my nose, at the edge of my nose. I literally get hairs growing freaking out of my side of my nose. That didn't happen when I was in my 20s. So I also have like a halfway unibrow where I don't get a full like bridge there, but it's just these unwanted hairs. I also get these hairs growing out of my ears now. And let me not go into they're literally sticking out, and if I don't keep them in check, they get out of control. And when I notice it, it's actually a little too late or embarrassing, or my wife has to kind of just hint at me like, dude, you got nose hairs growing out of your nostrils like roots. Check. So for me, it's nails, nose hairs, facial hairs, chest hairs, under the arms. I've done this sporadically as needed when suggested by my wife most of the time. Or at least for me, I have a pet peeve with nails and I do it pretty often. So how this saved my sex life? In what it is, the first couple of weeks of taking care of your kid, I had let myself and my manscaping completely let it go. It was out of control and it was about time, right? So I had my razor, my handy razor, my electric razor, and I said, dude, I have to take care of this. So I went at it, trimming the hedges, got it going. Wasn't a specific day, wasn't a specific reason. I just needed to clean up. And I did it, I think it was on a Saturday morning, and it took about 45 minutes to do it. But as soon as I finished, or while I was doing it, my wife kind of came into the bathroom and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I just told her, "Hey, I'm manscaping." And she looked at me and she had a look of curiosity. She had a look of playfulness. She had a look of like, "Hey, it's on." And I was just kind of shocked. I was surprised. Yeah, so I believe in what the Bible says about marriage. And the reason why I mention that is because in the biblical perspective of marriage, two become one. So the second benefit of manscaping for me, and hopefully for you too, is that it's a process of self-care. And when I'm taking care of self, I'm also loving and caring for my wife. So it's not a selfish process, but it's a process of like, hey, I'm going to take care of me because I want to be pleasant. I want to be clean. I want to be looking sharp for you with clothes on. And the more regular I started doing it, the better I started feeling about myself because I was taking care of me. And by default, I'm also caring for my wife. As weird as it sounds, I started feeling a little more self-confident. So the last piece on how this has saved my sex life and how manscaping was kind of like that aha is the schedule. So I have now scheduled my manscaping on a weekly basis. Once a week. For me, it's Saturdays at around 10 a.m. And as soon as I do it, I'm running around naked over to my wife and saying like, "Hey, what do you think?" And there's always this playfulness, this curiosity, this funness that happens, at least right now, and it's been going on for over a month. It has been the game changer and the way back to having fun and kind of letting my wife know, hey, I love you and I'm doing self-care and I'm doing it regularly because I care about you, because I care about me, and I want to have fun with you. So the 3 ways that manscaping can help specifically married dads and possibly even more married dads that had just had a kid and are wondering, hey, how do I jumpstart my sex life again? How do I start getting intimate with my wife again after the indicated period? My answer to you is 1, manscape. Make a list of the areas. Ask your wife, what are the areas that need to be manscaped regularly? Show it off because it's going to cause a curiosity in her. That is fun. And it's going to create a self-care in you, at least it did for me, that I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of us. And 3, this one is the key. Put it on the schedule. Put it on the schedule. Make it happen regularly. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment on what you thought about today's episode. Until next time, let's kick the tires and light the fires.